Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm actually going to do an unboxing video from David Sterling. Before I start this, I want to say, so originally when I got this box set, the package actually got lost. And so I told David I needed a replacement. So he sent off a replacement in two separate boxes. Well then, all three ended up arriving in the same week. So the original package plus the new package that was supposed to be a replacement that was put into two separate boxes all came like within the same week or so. So now I've got two box sets instead of one. But yeah, David will go out of his way to actually fix problems for you if they arise. So that's one good thing about getting something from David Sterling. I just wanted to start off the video by just explaining the whole situation. So I do have two box sets, but I only actually ordered one. It's a whole mess, but let's get started. So he had to send it here. So here's the box. So this is the things. The things collection. I want to close this real quick. Here's the front of the case right here. And here's the side panel. And there's the back of it. And then here's the other side. And then on the front it says creatures created by the evil of men. So it's a pretty nice looking box, just like all the other box sets. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up here. So I had ordered, so I got the box set from David, and I also got a couple of other things, and he sent me one thing for free since the box set got lost. So I got a free movie from David also. But before we talk about all that stuff, let's talk about the Things movies, or the movies that actually come with the set that were sent to me in a separate case. And I forgot scissors. I'm always doing stupid stuff like this. So I'll be right back. And we're back. So there are 5 movies actually come in the Things box set. And here is the first movie that comes in the set. Gonna open up the plastic first. Alright, so here we go. Creatures created by the evil of men. So here's the cover here of the first Things movie. So here's the back case actually. So it says a horrific and sexy romp in the dark. In the tradition of Creepshow and Tales from the Dark Side comes Things, a horror anthology about the evil created by men. Presenting 3 weirdly intertwined stories, Things begins with the tale of a woman out to get revenge on her husband's mistress. Then in the second story, an evil mining town mayor holds its citizens in a grip of fear using a terrifying creature he has found in the mines. Finally, in the third story, a young housewife attempts to escape her husband's brutality, only to find herself betrayed. Only to find herself betrayed. So it says it twice. It's a little bit of a typo. From all sides, and her revenge must come through the creature from beyond the grave. So special features include a slideshow, trailer, raw footage, box set reviews, and the first Things cut. Oh, the original cut of this movie. So I guess there's like 2 different cuts. It says, starring Courtney Lecara, Neil DeLama, Owen Rutledge, Deborah Stevens, Kelly Jean Damer, Scott Pierce, Director of photography Craig Cardone. Production designer Ann Friday. Written by Dennis Devine, Steve Jarvis, Mike Bowler, and Jay Wolfel. I've heard of him. Special makeup effects designed and created by Mike Tristano, produced by David Sterling, co-produced by Dennis Devine and Mike Tristano, directed by Dennis Devine and Jay Wolfel. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. So we're going to open it up in here. There's a little flyer inside of here, kind of advertising David's other box sets. But here is the what the disc looks like. It looks pretty cool. It's the same as the front cover. So Things 2 is actually out of print. David no longer owns that movie. So Things 2 was not included in this box set. So hopefully one day he can get the rights back and people can get Things 2 again. But for now, there's like no way to get Things 2. Unless you get like a bootleg or something like that. So next we are going to actually skip Things 2 and we are going to talk about Things 3. And the irony of this situation is that last year David actually still had Things 2, but he didn't have Things 3. So it's kind of ironic. So here is the Things 3, Monsters from Hell. So here's the cover right there. And then here's the back cover. So it says Sexy Monster, Bloody Death. Based on the classic tales by H.G. Wells, who wrote The War of the Worlds, The Time Machine, Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, and Rudyard Kipling, who wrote The Jungle Book and Gunga Din. 3 blood-drenched tales of gasping horror from the past, resurrected and revamped for today's jaded viewer. So, Crystal Gazing, based on The Crystal Egg by H.G. Wells. Antiques store owner Winston Kale, played by Greg Canone from Urban Combat, Hollywood Mortuary, gets more than he bargained for when he receives a shipment of antiques from the estate of a late Satanist. For included is a large crystal inside of which Winston can see the landscape of a distant planet. His fascination with it becomes an obsession and his marriage starts to suffer. But things get really rough when the inhabitants of the distant planet show up with a healthy appetite. So Cold Feet, based on The Transformation by Mary Shelley, stars Eric. Eric, who is played by Michael LaBarrera, riddled with bullets, should be the happiest man on earth, engaged to a beautiful woman played by Michelle Gales, I don't know, with his whole future before him. But he can't stop thinking about the leather-clad, whip-wielding woman, Veronica Carruthers from Midnight Healing, and an old French postcard he bought from Kale's antique store. Oh, so there's already kind of a connection to the first story. What's worse is he is visited by a mysterious cat-like creature which pursues him, nearly causing his own death. What do the postcard and the creature have in common? Eric will find out, but not until he faces a walking nightmare of death and horror which may well be himself. So Bestiality, based on The Mark of the Beast by Rudyard Kipling, when gangster Harry Green, film star Randall Malone from George's Auto and MTV Singled Out, steals a ring from a mysterious tribal shaman, played by Craig Johnson from Bard in the Yards. The curse of the werewolf is on his head. That's bad enough, but when he kills mob boss Sergio DiCaprio, played by Lee Bowick from Alien Force and the Trigger Man, the gore really hits the fan. Harry's 2 thugs, Larry Richards from Riddled with Bullets and Ron Ford, Rider of the Fear, which The Fear is a really good movie, actually. Desperately torture the shaman to get him to cure their boss, but the cure may well be worse than the disease. So, special features include slideshow trailers, Camp Blood YouTube review, The Occultist YouTube review, and Axe Grinder YouTube review. So Sterling Entertainment presents a Ron Ford movie, Things 3 Old Things, starring Greg Canone, Michael Ibarra, Veronica Carruthers, Craig Johnson, Michelle Gels, and film star Randall Malone as Harry. Special effects makeup by Anna R. Fertel, digital effects by Tim Thompson, art director Michael Schwibs, music by Jay Wolfel, director of photography and film editor Jeff Leroy, executive producer David Sterling, associate producer Andrew Morgan, line producer Paula Pointier Ford, written, produced, and directed by Ron Ford. So let's look at the inside. So here is the Things 3 disc on the inside, and there's another flyer. So next, we will be talking about Things 4. Alright, so here is the cover of Things 4, Creatures from Worlds Unknown. So here's the cover of Things 4. And then here is the back cover. Okay, so naked co-eds, pillow fights, and bloody monsters. This sequel to the classic Things series features more monsters and more death. Aliens have dropped a beam onto our planet that creates monsters. Dr. Red, played by Andrea Martina, a brilliant but disgraced scientist, illegally attempts to create a drug that will repel the monsters. Since Dr. Red is experimenting with humans, Melinda, played by Marlene McCohen, a crazy woman with a gun, comes looking for her sister. Her quest leads to a trail of monsters in the woods, brain-eating worms created in a laboratory by an evil genius, and a killer octopus that can control people's minds. So this one doesn't sound like an anthology film like the other films do. I think Things 2 is also an anthology film, but it's not included in the box set, so I don't really know anything about that one. But yeah, special features include 16:9 high definition, slideshow, trailers, and chapter menu. Sterling Entertainment presents Things 4, starring Sean C. Phillips, Andrea Martina, Thera Min, Marlene McCohen, Sally Mullins, music by Ghost, executive producer David S. Sterling, written and directed by Dennis Devine and Thera Min. So yeah, Sean C. Phillips, who's a pretty well-known YouTuber, is actually in this one. So here's the inside of Things 4. So next, we are going to take a look at Things 5. If I can get it open. So here's Things 5, Strange Monsters. Here's the front cover. Here's the back cover. So, Things 5. Mysterious experiments are going on at the Biogen 4 research labs. And now those experiments are loose. Monsters, creatures, hungry for flesh and blood. Things 5 is filled with sexy women, bizarre beasts, and buckets of gore. So Sterling Entertainment and Skullface Astronaut present Things 5, starring Jewel Siren, Dale Wilson, Stephanie Marie, Roxy Mountains, Melody Berg, Donna Rooney, Bryn Christie, Cassidy David, and a special appearance by George Stover from Camp Blood 666 and The Alien Factor, and Jackie Naaman Jones from Manos, The Hands of Fate. Executive producers David Sterling, Joe Sherlock, David M. Sitbon, producer Glenn Kyle, Keel, written and directed by Joe Sherlock. So Joe Sherlock has done quite a few independent films in the past, and he partnered up with David Sterling to do Things 5 Strange Monsters. So let's open this up here. There's another flyer in here, only this one doesn't advertise the box set. It just advertises a bunch of films that David has done. Okay, so here is the disc for Things 5 Strange Monsters. So next is the sixth Things movie. So this one, there's a bunch of odd stuff that went on with this one. When it got announced, it was called Things with a Z, 2 spelled T-O-O, and the Skullface astronaut logo was in both of the O's. So Things with a Z, 2 T-O-O, Skullface astronaut logos in both O's. It was very kind of odd. They renamed the film just Things with a Z. So for some reason it is not called Things 6, even though this is the sixth Things film. I think originally they were calling it Things T-O-O because the real Things 2 David no longer had the rights to. I think that's why they retitled it that. Either way, it was kind of odd. I think they could have just called it Things 6. I know Things 3 actually has like an alternate title. It goes by a completely different title also. And there was actually sequels to Things 3's alternate title, so kind of an odd series. There's a lot going on with it. So here's Things. Joe Sherlock's Things. So this is Things 6, despite what the title says. Sexy Women, Dirty Things. The brand new Joe Sherlock's Things, a pair of security guards spin tales of space slugs attacking at a swingers party and an accident victim having a bloody rabbit transformation. One guard soon finds himself in a twisted, surreal dimension from which he may not escape. Starring Jackie Naaman Jones from Manos, The Hands of Fate. So, special features include slideshow trailer, Invasion of the Empire of the Apes trailer, The Occult is True trailer, Children of Camp Blood review, Camp Blood YouTube review, The Occultist YouTube review, Axe Grinder YouTube review, and director commentary. Sterling Entertainment and Skullface Astronaut present a Joe Sherlock movie called Things, starring Jackie Naaman Jones, Jewel Siren, Emily Roxy Mountains, Paul Ellis Daniels, Richard Johnson, Emily Howard, Donna Rooney, Tata Brooks, Prudence Nightingale, I think it's Tanya Atomic, or I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her name, but she's been in a bunch of these independent films. Seamus Papatopoulos, Kim Sars, executive producers D.A. Bush, David M. Sitbun, Joseph Vogel, producer David Sterling, Joe Sherlock, Kurt Saar, creepheadradio.libsyn.com, music by Zip Squid, written, directed, shot, and edited by Joe Sherlock. So, again, here's the front cover, and here, actually, I don't know if I really got it here. Here's a better view of the front cover. And the back cover. And here is the disc. The disc still says Things 2, oddly. That was the original title. So I'm not sure what was going on with the title. But anyways, that here's the 5 films that come in the Things box set. We don't get Things 2 in this set, but You do get a bonus DVD with your box set. So yeah, here is the bonus film that comes in the Things box set. And this is the 1989 film Things. It has nothing to do with the other Things movies. It's just this movie came out in 1989 and was called Things, and the original Things came out a couple of years later, I believe. So yeah, this is Things. Warning: horror and brutal violence in full color. So here's the front case. Here's the back case, and it says, be prepared to blow your mind, an experience like no other. Things is the work of a genius or a madman. In 1989, it became the first Canadian shot on Super 8 gore shocker commercially released on VHS. Today it remains perhaps the most bizarre, depraved, and mind-boggling chunk of canosploitation ever unleashed upon humanity. Adult film star Amber Lynn and co-writer producer Barry J. Gillis star in this surreal saga about two friends who visit a remote cabin only to discover a womb of monstrous horror that demands graphic dismemberment. It's an inexplicable orgy of eye-ripping, beer-guzzling, boob-bearing, and skull-drilling, sandwich-making, chain-sawing, bad acting, and post-sync dubbing from co-writer, producer, director Andrew Jordan that has spawned its own disturbing cult of fans. Some will be repulsed, others may be transformed forever, but you have never seen anything like Things. Extras include audio commentary with director Andrew Jordan and stars Barry J. Gillis, John Paul Patchell, and Doug Bunston. Audio viewing party with the Cine family. Testimonial on Things, all new interviews with Toby Hooper, who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jason Eisenhower and Rob Cotterill, who did Hobo with a Shotgun, Canosploitation.com creator Paul Korup, Joseph A. Ziemba, Dan Budnick, and Bleeding Skull and more. Things 20th anniversary cast and crew reunion behind the scenes with star Amber Lynn, vintage Barry J. Gillis TV appearances, and original trailers. So this film is not a part of the Things series from David Sterling, but it was still included as a bonus feature. And here's the disc right here. So it should not be confused with this film right here. These are two completely different films. They just have the same title, and David included this film as a bonus since he couldn't include Things 2 in this box set, so he decided to include the Barry J. Gillis film Things, which is a huge cult classic. A lot of people talk about this movie for being very strange and bizarre. So yeah, that is the Things box set. And again, hopefully one day David will be able to get Things 2 for us. There's actually enough room in here to put more movies. So Things 2, if a Things 2 Blu-ray ever gets released by David, you can just put it in your set. It's a really cool box set, though. And I had also gotten two other films. So David Sterling is also currently selling a new Camp Blood film. So this is Children of Camp Blood. So here is the cover here, and here's the back cover. So the clown is always at Camp Blood. Some survivors have gotten away, but you never really escape Camp Blood. In this new spin-off, Children of Camp Blood, teenagers gather at a remote retreat to work out their fears of the killer clown. When their fears become real, the clown is their only worry, and blood and guts are only the beginning of their nightmare. Sterling Entertainment, who brought you Hell's Highway, Claw, And Mark Polonia, who brought you Feeders, Empire of the Apes. Keep the Camp Blood series alive with the new cult classic, Children of Camp Blood. Extras include Children of Camp Blood trailer and slideshow, Invasion of the Planet of the Empire of the Apes trailer, Occultist 2 trailer, Camp Blood, Occultist, and Axe Grandeur box set YouTube reviews. Sterling Entertainment presents Children of Camp Blood starring Samantha Coolidge, Ryan Dalton, James Kelly, Nathan Maldonado, Tim Hatch, and Jeff Kirkendall. Jamie Morgan, Steve Despera. Special effects by Amy Suzuki. Music by Ghost. Associate producers Elliot Monroe, Tyler Munson, David Stragi. Produced by David Sterling. Shot, edited, and directed by Mark Polonia. So this is the... I guess this is the 12th Camp Blood film. So here's the disc right here. So yeah, I still haven't watched... ooh, wow. Just sent that disc, the DVD flying. I still haven't watched Camp Blood 8 or... Camp Blood Kills or Camp Blood 8. So I still need to get around to watching those eventually before I watch this one. But I really enjoy the Camp Blood series. There's Camp Blood 2, and Within the Woods were all directed by Brad Sykes. That was the original Camp Blood trilogy. And then Mark Polonia did a film called Camp Blood 3 for Slaughter, which was followed by Dustin Ferguson's Camp Blood 4 and Camp Blood 5. Ted Moehring did Camp Blood 666. And then Mark Polonia came back and did Camp Blood... he did a film called It Kills, Camp Blood 7. And he also did Ghost of Camp Blood. And then he edited Camp Blood Kills, which is like a compilation of kills from the first, 8 films, 1 through 7, and Ghost, which is the first spin-off. And then, I think... So, I can't remember who directed Camp Blood 8, but it came out pretty... last year, I believe. It might have came out at the end... It was at the end of 2019, actually, I think. Yeah, it came out at the end of 2019. And then Children of Camp Blood came out towards the end of 2020. So this is the 12th Camp Blood film. And I'm sure it's not the last one. I think David has plans to do Camp Blood 666 Part 2. I'm not sure. The continuity is really crazy on these movies. I'm not exactly sure what they're really going to do with that. And I think there's going to be an Axe Grinder versus Camp Blood movie eventually too. So David still has plans for the Camp Blood movies. It's one of his longest running franchises. I also got Mark Polonia's Bride of the Werewolf, which is no longer in print. But I have a copy of it right here. The Honeymoon is Going to Be Hell, Bride of the Werewolf. Sterling Entertainment presents Bride of the Werewolf starring Mel Heflin, Jade LaFont, Tony Brown, Anatomic. Director of Photography, Drew Wilcox. Special Effects, Sonny Burtz. Editor, Mark Polonia. Screenplay, Lester Thord. Co-producer, David Strege. Executive producer, David Sterling. And director, Mark Polonia. So, mysterious and bloodthirsty killings plague the countryside while traveling abroad for a thesis project. 2 women are robbed and nearly raped on a desolate road, but an unseen person intervenes, killing one of the assailants. Looking for a place to call for help as the car is now damaged, the women take refuge at the desolate home of Saul Ashley. In love with Saul, one of the women agrees to take him back to the city, where her father may be able to assist. He is working on the resurrection secrets of the pharaohs, and has an actual mummy in his possession. The doctor intends to use Saul's lycanthropic blood to aid in his quest. The doctor's plan backfires when the mummy, as once revived, goes on a killing spree, and only the werewolf can stop it. A battle between monsters ensues. So here's the front cover of Bride of the Werewolf, and here is the back cover. And we'll open it up here so you can take a look at the disc. which is just the same as the cover, really. So yeah. Mark Polonio always makes some pretty fun movies, so I'm sure this one will be good. I've seen a couple of his movies. And since the package originally got lost, David also sent me this for free. If I can actually open it. Starting to get it. So this is a Grindhouse double feature of the films Evil Unleashed and Zombie Chronicles. So here's the front cover of this, and here is the back cover. I don't think I've ever really heard of either of these movies. But I think that's pretty cool that David went ahead and sent me this since my original package got lost, even though the lost package did end up showing up. But anyways, Evil Unleashed, The Mummy. History tells us that back in ancient Egypt, Princess Nefertessia took her own life in an attempt to live forever under the evil god Amen. Nefertessia was buried and never heard from again until now. When an ancient burial ground is disturbed, evil is unleashed into the present life of our 4 high school teenagers. The curse of Nefertestia haunts them with a deadly killing spree. Can they stop her deadly seductions before the curse takes them all? And Zombie Chronicles. Tara Woodsley is a reporter looking to do a story on the famous ghosts of an old desert town. She can't seem to find the place until she picks up a strange hitchhiker who tells her he knows the way. They proceed on to a journey involving a variety of characters, including an army sergeant who vicious cruelty kills a young recruit, and 3 hapless campers who stumble into an old cursed cemetery. So 2 feature-length features on 1 3D Blu-ray. So you can watch these in a standard 2D, or you can watch them in 3D. And here is the disc. So yeah, this should be pretty fun. So yeah, the Things box set is available from David Sterling, and it comes with this free DVD of Things, and Children of Camp Blood is also currently available. So these 2 films, this film comes with the box set, but you can get the box set and Children of the Camp Blood now from Sterling Entertainment. And I will include links to David's Kanaki store in the description below. So if you want to check out some of David's films, that would be the way to do it. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon with another great video.